My name is CaMbCaMb and I'm a peak Radiant Sentinel main, and today I'm going to teach you guys everything you need to know about how to play Cypher on Pearl, starting off with A-side setups. First thing you want to do is jump up on this half wall, and then do a little jump on top of this box, come over here, then you're going to want to put your camera as high up on this wall as you can. And the reason that is because a lot of enemies like to split on this map, so you want to have some information for art and some information for the enemies running out main, and this will be over the smoke that they put here, so you'll be able to see over the smoke and ping people running into sight. And now, this right here is my favorite trip. I get the most amount of kills with this trip right here. It goes all the way across sight and it tucks behind this wall here, making it way harder to break. This will hit the jet who dashes in, or anyone just trying to run into sight and hit a default plant here. Okay, free kills. Then I like to do my second trip, which comes across sight like this. Okay, and this will hit anyone who tries to path in to the right off the start, and you'll be able to get free kills. And you're like, well, how do you play off this? Usually I'll throw one cage here, and I'll throw one cage here, and I'll play dugout. Okay, if you have a high pen or medium pen gun, Vandal, Phantom, Guardian, Sheriff, Odin, any of those things, you can sit back sight and you'll be able to just get free kills spamming off these trips. You can go for a camera scan and ping this guy, spam this guy as well. A lot of free picks. And if you don't have a gun you can shoot through, you can just sit in this cage like this and go for any sort of play, and then pop the second cage and then play in this cage and go for more kills off your tripwires. And this is kind of how you'll play off of these next few trips I'm going to show you guys. This is how you do the next setup. You start by putting your first trip right here, and you want to aim it up as high as you can before the laser turns red, so about right here. And it goes all the way across sight like this. And this will really easily catch anyone running into sight. And then for the second trip, I would suggest you put it right here on this brick in the corner like this. It goes all the way across sight, and it kind of creates an X, so people running over here, they'll get hit by this trip, and people running into sight to plant, they'll get hit by that trip. And you'll be able to play it back sight like I just said, and do the cages and play spam like you were doing for the last setup. But the thing is here is to have these different trips, so when the enemies shoot their shock darts and they throw their razor grenades, so that these trips don't just constantly keep getting demolished every time, because then you're not going to really have a chance to get for your spam kills, right? So this setup is especially good if they keep breaking all your trips, because these are like really far back. So you can do a trip here in this area, so when the enemies run in, they'll get hit and you'll be able to spam them through this wall here. And then you can have another trip default plant here, or if the enemies are constantly rushing you back sight, you can put this trip here instead, and you could just sit your dugout and play spams off these trips, pop your camera, go for more spams, and get free picks this way. And with all these different variety of trips, you should be able to keep their enemies on their toes. And real quick, I'm going to show you guys a bunch of random trips you could possibly throw into the mix to try to get kills. So you can do one like this right here that kind of like comes through art, so if the enemies are splitting down through art, they can walk into this trip. And then you got the window trip right here where you can do this, or you can even do the lower part of the window trip. And then there's even a weird trip on the corner of this generator box that is pretty cool, and this will catch people's heads when they like try to walk into this side and try to clear this way. They'll get hit by this trip as well. So it's really good to have a few bonus trips, guys, and feel free to mix and match whatever trips you want to use, but these are the best trips I've found to use on this site, and they've gotten me the most amount of kills. Now I'm going to show you guys some one-way cages you can use to get some free picks, but here's the kind of tripwires I would use to play off of this setup. Do something basic like this and this. Okay, so to throw these one-way cages, the first one is right here. You walk up against this crack right here on the wall, and you want to aim right here, the top right hand corner of this thing right here, right underneath it, and you throw that. I'll throw a second one, and you can see right there, lands right up on the wall. Okay, here's where the second one is. You aim right here, you walk up against this wall like this. This one doesn't even have to be specific at all. Okay, then you aim at the top right corner of this balcony like this, and just a little bit above. Okay, throw 1, 2. All right, so this is how you play off this setup. You can pop this cage right here and just sit back sight, and you'll be able to see everyone's feet running into sight, and they literally have no chance at all to see you back sight, so you'll be able to get a free pick off that. And this cage on the left side, you can sit sight and shoot their feet and maybe get a kill off your trip and the people running into sight. So really useful stuff. And if you want, you can pop both of these at the same exact time, right? So you can play here, and then you can move to this side, and it's still a one-way no matter where you're peeking from, so you'll be able to get some free picks. Really cool stuff. Now I'm going to show you guys some hidden Cypher technology that nobody knows about. So what you're going to want to do is you want to come over here to A main and put a cage on the second step, okay? Just like this. And then right when the round starts, you want to throw your camera up on this wall or somewhere here, okay? And then run over here, jump up on this wall like this, and then hide on the left side of it. Then pop your cam, and then when the enemies start running up to here, you can pop this cage, and you can legitimately see over this cage and catch a free kill, and then just drop and hide. And I'll come over here and show you guys what it'll kind of look like for the enemy. is they'll be like, oh, this is, yeah, they're just a Cypher cage here, right? No problem. So they just peek and they're going to either push or wait for it to go out. And you'll just be up on this angle right here, popping their head. And yeah, they can see you. They can 100% see you. But it's so weird and off that you'll be able to catch someone lacking and get a free kill. Like, it's not going to work 4 times in a game, but you'll be able to use this to get a cheeky kill if you're getting ran through on the A site. Here's a quick reminder that if you guys really like Sentinel gameplay, I stream every single day at twitch.tv/CaMbCaMb running, ranked, playing that Cypher and Killjoy. So if you guys want to ask questions and learn, come through on the Twitch. Now I'm going to show you guys the B site setups. So you want to come through heaven, pull your camera out, jump, click it up on this wall. Might take you a few tries. So this camera will see anyone lurking through mid or link, and it gets you information for people coming up long. Really good information camera. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys the trips that I think will get you the best amount of value and the most amount of kills. Then I'll show you guys some other trips you can use that are kind of cheeky. So trips that are really good for kills will be like a trip here on this default box. So anyone trying to push back site will get caught by this trip while you're here, and you can get a free pick from anywhere in sight. Usually when I play site, I'll do 1 cage here and 1 cage over here. What this kind of does is when you pop both of these, it'll cause a lot of pressure for the enemies, and they really won't know where you're playing or where you're standing behind. So this is what you'll use to get these kills off these trips, okay? And then the second trip I really like to run is anything along this box right here. So this will catch people trying to run into this corner to plant the bomb or just push into site in general, okay? And another really fun trip is you could do one right over here along this wall. So a lot of the people in a post plant situation will come over here and take this space and then try to push back off. So this trip will allow you to potentially catch somebody lacking. And there's not a whole lot of options on the B site, so you guys gotta get a little bit creative. So here's some other trips you can do. Left side of this pipe right here comes over here. This will hit people trying to plant there. And this side right here will catch people running up long, just like so. And here's another trip right here. If you crouch, point the laser in your eye, there's no way to get around this trip. So this is just like a more like basic information trip. All right. And another thing that I really like to do when I do these aggressive trips is I'll instead throw one of my cages up here aggressively, so I can just pop this cage and kill the person coming through on these more aggressive sided trips. Okay, and here's some bonus technology. So if you guys don't know, the barrier for this site is about right here, okay, at that little spot on the wall. So what you can do is right when the round starts, you can throw a deep trip either here like this, right? Or you can throw a trip here, or you can throw a trip anywhere more aggressive along this line, and then you can just play off your cage right here. Someone hits a trip, pop, swing, and then you can get a kill on that person on that trip you just caught them on early. So this is a really good way to catch picks on this site, especially when they're breaking all your like more passive trips on site. And you can switch it up in between any of these 3 trips to catch someone lacking. And I want to let you guys know there's a one-way cage you can do on the B site right over here. So you want to run up against this wall like this, and you want to aim up at the roof of this building. You can see the little windowsill here. So you just pop the cage really easy. There's not like a line up to it. And right here you can play like kind of anywhere on the bomb site. You hear them running up, pop this cage, and you can go crouch underneath this and maybe catch someone coming here. But I want to let you guys know that they are kind of on an even playing field. So if they do swing this into a crouch, they will be able to see you pretty easily. So don't do this constantly, you'll get yourself killed, but it can be good to use once or twice a game and to maybe catch yourself a cheeky pick. And another piece of technology I really like to do on this site is right when the round starts, I'll actually come out here and just throw my camera anywhere up on this wall like this. So then when the enemies are running up this way to the left and this way to the right, you can actually scan them with your camera and then potentially like kill this person hiding in this corner trying to rip that little camera off, right? So it's something a little bit fun to do, and the enemies are gonna have to like turn around to break this, so it's kind of a big pain for them. There's more to Cypher than just putting your trips down and trying to play to get kills off of them. There's a bunch of different information setups you can do on this map to be useful to your team, because look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different lanes on this map that you and your team needs to hold. So if you can use your utility to hold 2 or even 3 of these lanes at a given time, it'll help your team so much to not get lurked on and not get picked off. Okay, so here's some setups you can do to accomplish that. All right, first trip, you crouch, aim this little laser into your eyeballs just like this one right here. Boom, now you have art completely covered. Then you want to run all the way through link, right? And then right as the barrier goes to drop, boom, then you can put your trip right here. So now no one can lurk up this like highway lane on you, and no one can lurk up art. And then if you want, you can put your camera up on the wall on A, or you can put your camera somewhere like up on this pillar B if you want, right? Like anywhere you want to do it. And now you have 3 lanes of this map covered. Throw this camera down and then run B and do 2 kill trips on B. So now you have B main completely covered with 2 kill trips and try to play there, but you have your camera here that can see A main and can see art. So now you have a lot of more space covered and you're a lot more useful to your team instead of just playing kill trips the entire game. Now I'm going to show you guys the basics of how to attack on this map with a bunch of different Cypher cams I have to help you get early information and how to hold the flank. But starting off with how to hold the flank, the best one for the B flank is this one right here. You crouch, point the laser in your eye. Basically, you can line it up with that thing up on this wall, goes across, and now no one's flanking B unless they use some utility to get over this, okay? And then when it comes to the A side flank watch, you want to crouch and put your trip right here on this door frame, so anyone who walks up mid will not be able to flank you A. So now when it comes to the cameras, I use 4 different aggressive cameras to help me and my team get information while we're attacking. So the first one is, hey guys, let's split A. So you have your teammates kind of running through mid and you and the rest of your team going A main. So you can throw a camera either right here on this wall, or you can even throw it on this side. So you can pop this camera and you can see if someone's going to peek art right away to fight your teammates. You get that information instantly. They have no way to get like tucked behind the box or like below the camera here before you'd be able to see them. So it's really good to help, and you can even scan someone and help your teammates fight that guy because you give them the information, right? And when I go A, every single time my team's like, let's hard hit A, I run up A main, I throw my camera and then jump into this corner and pop my camera. Because a lot of people will like run Phoenix, and the Phoenix will run up and try to pop flash this angle right here and try to just wipe out your entire team. So this gives you info to anyone pushing up. And this camera right here might blow your mind, but it's kind of hard to throw. And this camera you can actually throw down before the round even starts. You kind of want to come to the rightmost side of this box and then back up and jump, and you'll kind of see where this cam is trying to go. So you're gonna have to like mess with it a little bit. So you jump, throw it up here, and now you can see mid. So if you pop this camera and you hold it out right when the round starts, if someone tries to peek you art or like walk out mid, you'll know. So now you have information to A flank, B flank, and anyone walking out mid. And this camera is really hard to spot for the enemy team a lot of the time, so you get information. Because last thing you want, bro, is someone walking down mid and ending up in like this corner or like one of these rat mid corners. So when your team ends up going mid later in the round, they just get eliminated by some cornball sitting in a corner somewhere. The last camera I have for you guys is you can either throw your camera like right here against this box or up here against this back wall, and basically what it'll do is it'll tell you if anyone's holding this with an op. But a lot of times it'll get shot out right away, but if it doesn't, you'll know if someone's opping this angle or if someone ran up into one of these corners. It's just good information to have, and it'll help your team. And then by the time you get back in the site, your camera will be refreshed anyways if it got shot out. If you guys are watching this video, if you guys did enjoy, please subscribe so that way you guys don't miss out on the future Cypher and Killjoy guides that I will be posting. Have a great day.